I want to stick with you, Julie. You just mentioned apprenticeships, which is something I'm going to take a guess every governor here would like to do more of. You are an unbelievable leader on apprenticeships. When we all think of apprenticeships, still we think mostly of the building trades. Julie is a leader on digital apprenticeships, white-collar apprenticeships. Can you tell us what you've done, how you've been so successful, and what can governors do to expand high-wage, high-skill apprenticeships in their states?
Great, thanks. And I know it's a passion that you share. And one of the things, I just want to give a shout out to Secretary Raimondo, because when we talk about apprenticeships, because you understand what happens on the ground, the flexibility in terms of what we were talking about in your support. Well, Julie, like, I know they need childcare, and like the ability to use federal funds to provide the actual things that are needed as opposed to narrow is really powerful. And so I just so appreciate your bringing that perspective, because when you're making these things successful, it's understanding the reality of what people go through. So in 2016, I became CEO of North America, my prior job, in 2015. And I come from a background, my father painted cars for a living. And from my perspective, the only way to really help people from diverse backgrounds, socioeconomic, all kinds of diversity, is you need a job. And I felt like I lived the American dream, and we really wanted to think about how could we at Accenture provide pathways for people from different backgrounds into what we knew would be the best jobs in the digital economy. And so we started with 5 apprentices in Chicago, and we partnered with the community college, Wright College, that focuses on technology. We helped them with their curriculum, and we brought in our first 5. And it was successful, and then we said, well, how do we scale this, right? And we went after it in 2 ways. First, we said, at Accenture, we will make apprenticeships part of our talent strategy. Not because we weren't at the time, we could hire anybody, and today we can hire anybody, but because we said the only way to scale is if it becomes part of the talent strategy, which required me to have our business leaders agree and then change HR. And so we started in 2016. Today, we literally announced last week that 20% of our entry-level hiring will be apprenticeships. Wow, last year, it was 15%. We have graduated almost 800 apprentices. These are apprentices doing security. They're doing programming. They're working at clients. They're working internally. We have 550 currently working, and that will be expanding. And so we've gone from a pilot, right, to it being part of our actual talent strategy. And the key pieces of this was that, first of all, we formed a coalition with not-for-profits in each of the communities. So after we started in Chicago, we were about to open in many of your states another 8 innovation hubs. And so we said, in every state, in every city that we open an innovation hub, we will start an apprenticeship program. In each of those cities, we then identified the not-for-profits who would be able to support our apprentices and the schools that would be able to do so. We started with 2 years schools, and then in 2019, we began to do this for high school students. The high schools where we go to first are the ones with computer science. So we have a young man named Taylor in Atlanta. He was at a school that has computer science. He's come in, he's already spent 5 months, he's at Accenture, he's incredibly talented, and at the end of his senior year, he'll be offered a job at Accenture, or he's work ready, right? In his case, he's now so excited that he wants to go to college, right, and work at Accenture, and extend into our apprenticeship program, which is an earn and learn one, right? So the success for it requires companies to be committed, part of their talent strategy, but then get the support of the schools, right, who will either change their curriculum, provide computer science, right, And then we're starting to now expand to work with our clients, right? To say, well, let us support you. Here's the types of jobs. And we've created in every, and this is why your point is so important, in every community there are different kinds of jobs, but they're repeatable. Almost everybody has an IT department, right? And so how you tailor to the market, but also bring what is repeatable, right? And there's so much out there now, and that I would encourage all of you as you're thinking about how to scale is to not reinvent the wheel and to tap into some of the initiatives that are being done, like at the Business Roundtable, to be able to see what is repeatable and then how do you create the coalition in each of your communities to support that. But it does begin with having educational institutions who will work with the private sector to adjust the curriculum and to provide the opportunities for the students to have the skills to be eligible.